Vertical and horizontal lines. The equations of vertical and horizontal lines do not require any of the preceding formulas, although we can use the formulas to prove that the equations are correct. The equation of a vertical line is given as x equals c, where c is a constant. The slope of a vertical line is undefined, and regardless of the y value of any point on a line, the x-coordinate of the point will be c. Now suppose that we want to find the equation of a line containing the following points: -3, -5, -3, 1, -3, 3, and -3, 5. So we can use any of these 4 points, but we're going to use -3, 3, and -3, and then 5. So first we're going to find the slope. So m is going to equal y2, which is 5, minus y1, which is 3, so 5 minus 3. And then x2, which is -3, minus x1, which is -3. So we get 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2. We get -3. This becomes a positive 3, so -3 plus 3 gives you 0. Now the 0 in the denominator means that the slope is undefined, and therefore we cannot use the point slope formula. However, we can plot the points. So we're going to notice that all of the x-coordinates are the same, and we find a vertical line through x equals -3. So let's take a look at figure 3. So here is our line x is equal to -3. And I want you to notice here is that the x-coordinates are the same. So that tells you that this is a vertical line. And if you notice this is a straight line, which means that the slope is undefined. So think about if I held like a marker and I dropped it, it would drop straight down. That means it has no slope. So therefore that would be no slope, it's undefined. Now suppose that we want to find an equation. Let's see here. Of a line that contains the following set of points. So we have -2, -2, 0, -2, 3, -2, and 5, -2. So we can use these points, -2, -2, and 0, -2. And again, we're going to use the point slope formula, but first we need to find a slope using any of the 2 points on a line. So we're going to take y2, which is -2, and subtract y1, which is -2. And then we get x2, which is 0, minus x1, which is -2. So -2 plus 2 now becomes 0 in the numerator, and 0 minus -2, which becomes 2. Now we have 0 in the numerator divided by a number. So 0 divided by any number is going to give you 0. So now we know that the slope is 0. And then we can pick any point for x1 and y1. So we're going to choose -2 and +3. So our x value is 3, and our y value is -2. And then if we go ahead and solve here, we get y minus a -2, which becomes y plus 2. If we distribute the 0, 0 times anything is going to give you 0. And if we subtract 2 to both sides, then y is going to equal -2. And therefore the graph is a horizontal line through y equals -2. And notice that all of the y coordinates are the same. And the y coordinate here is -2, the y coordinate here is -2, the y coordinate here is -2, and the y coordinate here is -2. So I also want you to take a look here. Okay, we have the line x equals -3, which is a vertical line, and y equals -2 is a horizontal line. One way to remember this is that if you look at the line y equals -2, that means that this line has to pass through the y-axis at -2. When you look at x equals -3, that means that this line has to pass through the point -3 on the x-axis.